Shabbat Shalom. When I was in high school, I was looking for a project. Yes, I was involved in some clubs and I acted in the school plays, but I wasn't interested in being on a sports team, and I was looking for some other way to get involved. I did some thinking about what I cared about. I loved to cook. I cared about helping people, and I loved my school community. I decided to create a school cookbook with recipes from students, parents, faculty, and staff, and to use it as a fundraiser for an organization that I cared about. I gathered a group of my friends and we collected dozens and dozens of recipes. We tested them, we edited them, we organized them. We chose a name for the cookbook. It was The Hungry Heifer, a play on our school mascot, the red heifer, and we held a contest for the cover. The winner was a fantastic image of a cartoon cow wearing an apron at a kitchen counter, surrounded by food, cooking up a feast. We chose the printing company and the colors for the book, and we promoted the book in the school community. We ended up raising, as I remember, thousands of dollars to support Ethiopian Jewry. Through it, I got to know some of the administrators at the school who I otherwise would barely have interacted with. And I learned which of the parents and students in my school were passionate about cooking or had particular culinary interests and expertise. The project lasted several years, and it, among other things, was part of how I found my place in my school community. Most people don't need to invent a whole project to find our place, but we all have different roles in the different communities we're a part of. And there are many ways that we can find the place that's right for us. In our Torah reading today, everyone in the Israelite community has a place, literally. The Parsha describes the physical placement of each of the tribes as they camped around the tabernacle and marched in formation as they traveled through the desert. Each tribe has its own designated location and its own banner. The French medieval commentator, Rashi, explains that each tribe had a banner of a different color, one that was distinctly identified with that tribe, so that people could easily see where everyone was. And another commentator, Ibn Ezra, says that the banners each had an image on it, and each image was identified with something that was connected to the personality of the person who was the ancestor of the tribe. Since Judah was compared to a lion, his tribe's banner had a lion. And since Dan was compared to an eagle, his tribe's banner had an eagle on it, and so forth. Rashi gives another explanation that even the location of each tribe said something about who they were and what they did for the community. Not only did each tribe have a physical place, but they each had a role to play, a role that was considered necessary for the group. Unlike in our Torah portion, most of us don't have someone telling us what our role is in our community. We have to figure out what is right for us, and that can be a process that takes time. And of course, we may take on lots of roles at the same time. And as we grow and change, our roles may shift as well. We may start out being part of our school or family or synagogue or friend group in one way. And that may change over time as we discover different parts of ourselves or as our lives change. What stays the same, however, is that we each have something to give. We each have some way to be part of each group such that we can bring our full selves. In our preteen and teen communities at Temple Emunah, that might mean participating actively in religious school, or coming to school social events, or inviting a classmate to sit with you during services when you come for 2552. It might mean being a madrich or madricha in our religious school, or being a part of USY, or leading services. It might mean attending our YAD program or reaching out to folks who might be new in our community. Maybe it means something else, or something that hasn't been done before, something that's unique to you. And of course, for the adults in our community, there are many, many ways to connect, from serving on committees, to being on the board, to coming to Shiva Minyanim, to giving a ride to a fellow community member, to setting up Kiddush, and so many more. Right now, our Hey and Vav students have shown us and are about to show us that they have the skills to participate in our services and the connections with each other to hopefully feel comfortable and connected in our Emunah community. We all can't wait to see where you go from here and to find your own place, not just at Emunah, but in the Jewish world and in the secular world as a whole. Shabbat Shalom.